Hey guys, going to be a small group tonight, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Um, Pretty much, I'm just going to show you all tonight. It's going to be okay. Well, for instance, who's your niche? We've already went over, for example, optimizing your profile. Then after optimizing your profile, what do we need to do? We need to create a tripwire. Then after we do that, we got to create our Facebook group. And then after that, we need our website, or we need a conversion funnel. We need a place or landing page where we're going to have an opt-in. An opt-in being as simple as, if you go to my website, rankfortress.com, you'll see, for example, this is my simple opt-in, which is just going to be, I'll show you. It's just this right here. That's all it is. I want them, get them put in their domain name, and I switched this a couple of days ago, and their email address. I'm going to give them a free audit, and then I got their lead. I was sending them to a thank you page, in which on the thank you page, it would then send them over to, hey, join my Facebook group. But right now I got 77,000 people in my Facebook group. I'm not trying to really grow it too much anymore. We're already the largest Facebook group for local SEO. So I'm stopping some of that. If I was pushing a specific, let's say, affiliate, and I was pushing Jarvis, or I was pushing SEMrush, I could push them to that offer, kind of like how Chase Rayner does a lot. We could do that as well. But nevertheless, so you optimize your profile, you have your tripwire, you have now your opt-in, and then as well, we've kind of went over a little bit on Facebook group. But for example, how are we going to build our tripwire? If you don't go get it at PLR, or you don't get a private label, or public label rights, or private label rights, how do I go about creating it? So what I have told y'all all to do, and I want you to do, is go into my group. It's 77,000 people. As long as you're giving value, I don't care. You could go in there and post 100 posts if you want, and I don't care. But as long as you're giving value, by giving value, I mean, don't come in there and go, hey, PM me, hey, DM me. Actually go in there and go ask a question, or make a post, or give away free audits. You know, I encourage everybody to do that. If you need something to audit, let me know. I got like 40 freaking websites to audit. So it's not, you know, something that I'm going to be doing all of. I'll do a percentage of them, and then I give the rest away. So if y'all need something to audit and go live with, and let me know, email me. But for example, here's what we're going to do. Let's say you're looking at the HVAC or heating and air conditioning industry. If any of y'all can give me a niche, if you can, in the chat of what industry you're currently in, what industry you're trying to target, just message it in chat, and I'm going to pull and give you an example of how I would go about this to create the tripwire that will deal with their pleasure points and their pain points, that will both show the problems and help resolve it. Waterproofing, paving, concrete paving. Okay. So let's say it was in that industry, or HVAC industry, or whatever. Like I've already shown you, you go into Facebook, and you're going to be looking for groups in very specific. Let me pull this up. And we're going to look for a group that has to do with whatever the niche is, whether that be, you know, HVAC repair, and we go to groups, and I'm just trying to find groups like this. HVAC professionals, 54,000, perfect group. Go in here, join it. And then when I'm in there, I'll go in here and I'll take, for example, like I did here. You know, well, let me show you another one. What is stopping you from selling GMB services? All right. And it's an eye-catching photo with a question. And then the very first comment I put on it is a Google form. And how do you create a Google form? You go to forms at docs.google.com/forms. I create a blank form. I type in my question, which is this right here. Put it up here, put it up here, and I make this multiple choice or paragraphs or whatever I want. And then up here, whenever I actually choose it, I hit responses. And I want to attach it to an Excel sheet. I hit create. And then I want to hit get email notifications for responses with these 3 dots right here. And then when I hit send and I want to drop it as a comment, I go over here to send. I hit this little hyperlink. I shorten URL, copy that, and I put that as one of the first comments in here. All right, you want to see that this works. I'm doing 2 things when I do this. I'm collecting emails, and on top of collecting emails, I'm also then, give me 1 second. So I got so many in here. Make money with Google. There we are. 192 responses. So I'm collecting emails and I'm collecting ideas for content, because this is going to be multiple things, right? I've already answered, got everything out of here. These are all the new ones. How to rank new GMB in 2021, GMB verification, stacking. Like to learn this to earn money when I retire. I need info, off-page SEO, link building for the local SEO. It's telling me everything everybody's interested in. So for me, I can take that and I can create content for my social media posts or for my groups, or for, in what case I want to show you here, content in Tripwire. You know, in specific, I could ask, let's say in this specific industry, we're talking about, let's say roofer, you know, you would ask a question if it was a roofer or a HVAC industry. It could be, what's your biggest problem in the plumbing niche? It could be, what is your biggest problem with leads? What's stopping you from getting more plumbing leads? And they're going to come in here and they're going to answer all those questions for you. And then they're going to create, if you will, a bunch. You'll get all these questions like, okay, I want to know about GMB verification. Okay, I want to know when are your classes? Okay, how to make GMB stable in the 3-pack, how to structure your website. So when they tell me all of this, I now have a list of, if you will, their pain points and the information they want. So let's just say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say it was the plumbing niche. I'm just giving an example. Plumber Orlando. And let's just so happenly say, you know, it was this question right here, or it was this problem. You know, I can create a complete outline in Jarvis alone for my PDF, my e-report, whatever it is. They're going to give you questions they're asking. Let's say it was a question, and let's say it was, do plumbers charge more after hours? Or how to charge more for my plumbing service after hours. I'll give you an example. So we're going to go up here. This is Conversion AI. Yes, I'm an affiliate of it. If you don't have it, let me know. But you go to Quora Answers. This is a template, Quora Answers, right? You can create engaging questions with this template right here. And then we also have Quora Answers. Let's go to Quora Answers. I don't really want to write all this crap, so I want Jarvis to do it. And I want to type in, let's say, for example, how to charge more for my emergency plumbing services. All right. And let's say the name of my business was Jason Plumbing LLC. And let's say it was professional sounding. You can actually make Jarvis sound drunk. If you put in here, tone of voice is going to be drunk or sarcastic or whatever. I choose, let's say, 5 outputs, generate content. It's not going to generate content. I can literally take, let's say I get 50 answers off of my form, and I can create content like this. How to charge more from emergency plumbing services. This is a tough question. The easiest way to charge more would be by not charging higher rates, but by decreasing the times you answer emergency call. I'm not sure if this will work well for your company, though. You may want to think about doing things like having more strict and often scheduled pricing different jobs differently, or creating packages where customers can choose their own price point. Maybe offer a discount in exchange for only being available during certain time of the day. Consider working out details with other tradespeople like electricians, plumbers, masons, who provide something related like unclogging toilets to help you find clients. And so I could literally take all those questions, let's say I get, and put them into Jarvis, and Jarvis will help answer them. And instead of me having to create a report or an ebook even, I can have Jarvis, help me. So I'm trying to get an example for you. Let's see here. This is not going to be a perfect example or anything, but let's say how to get it ranked in the 3-pack of Google faster. I'll just give you another example. In the 3-pack of Google My Business Faster. And we're going to call this Jason SEO LLC. Generate content. I'm just trying to give you an example. If you took that form and instead of you having to create, if you will, the content, you have them to answer the key to ranking in the current Google My Business 3-pack is achieving a position of relative dominance. This means boosting your aggregate score, your visibility, your rank, and 30+ days review rating, so that it is consistently higher than the other listings near you on the right side and the top of an area's map view. This can be accomplished by having good scores in all 3 metrics: visibility, rank, and 14 to 30-day review ratings. Remember that your Google My Business product will also need to have been published before December 1st to be included in this algorithm update. If one is blah, 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 blah. In other words, the whole point of all this is giving you a way to create the ebook or your tripwire or your report without you having to do all of the work. So, for example, if these people, now I have an email list, so I build up an email list and I have all their emails. I set up active campaign, and I will show you. This is not my current active campaign because the other one I'm obviously not going to show has about 70,000 emails in it now, but this one you'll be able to see has how many I got in this one. This is my newer one. Let's see here. About 3,000. So this is my newer one. But what will happen is I'll take these into active campaign. And this is an active campaign. And basically I can look at, everything in here. I can manage templates. I can look at my sales leads, my pipelines, my vendors, my potential clients. Okay, I can set up drip campaigns, But more importantly, I can take all those people that answered a question and put them in here into other campaigns. Like I can create lists, right? I could create separate lists. One may be go high level, like this one. This one may be Google my mastermind, or this may be my master list, or this may be, website design, or it may be reputation management, or it may be roofers, doctors, lawyers, whatever you got going on. And you build up that email list. And now I can then take that email list and start sending out daily information to help them in their specific niche. Let's say out of all those questions, and you're like, well, how can I develop all this content? Well, that's why we did the form. That's why we asked the question. Now, with that information, I have all my content planned. For example, 120 questions for the next 120 days. So I literally have 4 months out of content. I can then give that information to my VAs and say, develop social media posts, banners using Canva, using those questions, using those pain points. And then I can also use Jarvis to create emails even. Okay. If you go to templates, let's go here. Personalized cold emails. And I can have them create some emails going to different people about all these different things they're wanting to know about. And then I can create a drip campaign. So I can literally go in here and go, okay, I want to set up a campaign. And, I can go create a campaign. And I maybe want this campaign to be called whatever. Do I want it to be automated or just a standard one? Like when it's automated, let's say, for example, I can create a webhook in which when someone fills out a Google form that's specifically about, let's say, getting more leads in the plumbing niche, that as soon as they do that, there's a webhook. And as soon as they get dropped into that email list, it automatically sends them an email and puts them in a sequence about creating more or generating more plumbing leads or HVAC leads or whatever industry they're in. Okay. You can also set up an autoresponder that if someone subscribes to your email list. Okay. So all those things can be put in here and do it that way. So you're really, with that form and with what we're talking about doing, you're killing multiple stones. So number one, I can create my PDF. I can create, if you will, my tripwire. So that's number one. Number two, I'm building up my email list. Number three, I'm developing email content that I can send out to develop a relationship with all these people on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I prefer at least, weekly basis. Then I'm also developing content that I can now give these to my VAs and have them make banners and social media posts from my social media management campaign and have my peoples post those on my social media management, my Google My Business management, etc. You do not need boss mode for any of this. You can get the regular standard version for the Jarvis. But I've literally just knocked off 5 things off my list with that one little hack. Okay. Now I was showing this to Jason earlier because a lot of people sometimes go, well, that's nice because you got a 70-something thousand size group and all that. They just don't see where we came from. And I know I've kind of showed everybody, the house and where we started at and everything like that. But just to give you an example, if you go to the Wayback Machine and you wanted to look at my old website, and I could show you, this is where I used to tell people, for example, I had a full-blown agency website. I had it, and I could tell you how many leads I got off of it was crap. Okay. And the thing is, I got crap off of it. I didn't get too many leads. And then I'll show you where I switched it. And then my lead volume, my sales volume, everything changed. Okay. So I had no quote unquote rankfortress.com. There was no rankfortress.com prior to 2020. Okay. If you go back to June, I don't even think June's going to show it, but we'll see here. So we were looking at this earlier. Yeah, nothing. It's a broken site. But let's go back. So August 12th of 2020, and it's broken still. Okay, so there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing there. September is when I was still trying to build up the other group. We took it from 4,000 to 10,000. By the time I left, they were a little over 14,000. They're just now at 17,000. But this is what my website looked like when I first started. It looks like crap, but this is where I started. So when I tell people, you know, and I give people advice, etc., it's based off of experience and knowing what does work, what doesn't work. You know, this is crap. If I was to look at this site now, I'd be brutal. I mean, it's nasty. I don't like it. You know, I still have some of these images on my site. These are some of the sites we were creating. This is when I literally had 3 or 4 people, you know, and then we got up to, I think, 12 or 17, something like that. And I had to fire a bunch of them. But my whole thing was book a strategy call. These were all my testimonials down here. I've worked with a 2 Comma Club award winner from ClickFunnels. All that jazz. That was my big selling point back then. My ugly mug on here. You know how many leads I got from having this big ass site with all these services? I had how many services? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages of services. And I got that many leads from this bull crap. So when I say for me, I totally changed everything. And then I went over to this sort of a layout, which is the newer one in December 1st of 2020. December 1st, 2020, not even a year ago. Not even a year. This is where the whole game started changing for me. I came out with my own ebook and the whole website changed. I didn't talk about SEO. I didn't put 20 different services on here, nothing. I wanted people to book a call or call me. Book a call or call me, right? And then get in here and get my free book if this will actually load. Has a pretty image here. Download it here. If you were to leave, there's a pop-up that will pop up. All right. Sorry it's taking so long. It's just the internet, and on top of it, it's this Wayback Machine. But it would have an image here, and it's built primarily like a funnel. It would give, if you will, my ebook. Here's my information. Download it. You know, click here to join. This would have been the group I was building up. Here you go. So the ebook, download it. They would click on download it. I would get their name and their email. All right. So I practice what I preach when I talk to y'all about this. Join your group. This is why I say you're going to want a Facebook group. You want multiple Facebook groups. All right. Click here to join. You want to know where this goes over to? It goes over to the group I can't even see no more. I guarantee it. Yep. What do you know? It's not available. So here's all my videos I just uploaded. And then here's the book. Once again, you want my audit, first name, email, phone number, website, get my audit from William now. Now, if you take this and now you go to where we're at today, totally different. So now today I've moved it from a funnel per se to I'm pushing my SEO courses, my SEO services, my GMB SEO, backlinks, content, web design. But it's still built like a funnel. You want to speak to me, you book a call. If they book a call, they got to pay to talk. If you don't have a Calendly link, you need to get a Calendly link. Okay, you're going to get set up with Calendly. And when you get set up with Calendly, you can have it set up so people are going to have to pay you to talk to you. Down here, collect payments. Who are you going to use it with? I use it with Stripe. Do you want to use PayPal? Hell to the no. I don't use PayPal. Use Stripe. Payments due before you'll even get a confirmation with me. But the whole point is, right, you're going to have this set up, and I still have my funnel here. I'm still collecting. Still got I want their domain and I get their email address. Now I got this, I send them, they get a report automatically. The way I got set up now, they literally enter in your domain name, your email, they automatically get a report emailed to them. I don't even have to run the audit now. Now, if they want my in-depth audit, I will do that. And this is set up a lot like, and I've went over in another class, a lot like Russell Brunson and a couple others, but basically here's my offer. Give me their information, a little bit about me, my group, almost 77,000 now. My YouTube channel is what I'm pushing. Meet our VAs and our team. Reviews, ebook once again, personal life, and book a strategy. And that's why I'm telling y'all, you need to get your shit together and get your ebook going, because if you don't have your ebook going, you know. So how many, I know we got a small group today, but out of everybody, how many of you actually have your personal profile optimized? Yeah. So personal profile optimized means, do you got a header? Do you got your, this is another thing I've got done. I'll have to drop. I don't know if I've dropped it yet. But on mobile, you could see it on mobile. Facebook changed it so you couldn't do it no more. And I got a hack on it. But this is optimized profile. If I click here, you see my link tree. If you go to my link tree, all my offers are right here. This is what I'm pushing everybody to. I don't push them even to a funnel. This is my damn funnel now, is Linktree. Click on here, same thing. My featured images. If I click on my featured images and I was on a phone, you click on this, it's like your business nowhere to be found on Google. Then you could swipe to the right, your business crushing the competition on Google. And then you get your no BS audit today. And then you go over to the next one if you swiped and it says, click the link above, and I'll teach you everything for free. This is an optimized profile, okay? Everything we post on here is usually going to be business related, sometimes personal related, etc., that sort of thing. This is why I say the next thing I want to see, especially like Jason, I know he's working on it, is getting his offer and getting his conversion. I don't care if you have a full-blown website. If you don't have a full-blown website, it's probably better. At least I could do a link tree. I don't even have to have a fucking website. I could do a link tree. You realize you can do a link tree like this and then connect all these buttons to Google Drives where I'm giving away my GMB audit, or hey, I'm giving away this. I'm giving away this form. Like I have a GMB toolkit. If you click on it, guess what it does? It takes you over to the GMB toolkit on my website, or I can do it in my Google Drive because I also have it in my Google Drive. So all you need a website. I just need a place for I want a place where they can opt in, like conversion kit. I send them to my website because I want them to go to my website and get a free audit. And here's a form, right? This right here, they click on it, takes them to the form. They get a free audit. Right? You don't think that works? I'll show you one. Forms. let's go over here and show you these audits with William. How many audits do I got that I got to do? Oh, here we go. I got 50. How many of y'all need some audits to do? All that. That's essentially is my sales funnel. It's essentially, if you will, my funnel of leads. So you can do all that with just fucking Linktree. I don't even need a website. But y'all have got to get started and moving. So your goal for between, I mean, honestly, by the end of this week, I want to see from Jason and everybody else, I want to see your lead magnet or your PDF report or your ebook. So when I come back on Friday, we should have something that we can see, and I want to see the whole setup. I come to Jason's profile and I want to see what happens. Jason's going in and answering questions. You know, the timeline I have set up, for example, I'll give you an example, is how many hours a day are you spending in Facebook right now? If you're not spending at least 5 to 7 hours a day, okay, now mind you, this is not talking about using Kevin's tools. This is talking about actually going into groups, answering questions. You know, Kevin's tools that we use, that's on automation, Facebook friends, sending out messages. That's one thing. I'm talking about going into a group, finding questions, and then answering them. His tool won't do that for you. There is no tool that will do that for you. You can use Jarvis and copy someone's question and get an answer from it from Jarvis. That you can do. I've had my own son do this, and he's 14. So you go into the groups at least 5 to 7 hours a week at minimum, if not 10. I prefer at least 10 hours. When I used to do this, I would spend a good 15 hours a week minimum. Okay. Then besides that, the rest of your time should be on developing content, which we do how? We do it through in some cases, audits. If you're trying to sell Google My Business, audits, Google My Business services. If you're trying to sell lead generation, you would do it that way. If you're trying to sell rank and rent, develop partnerships, you do it that way. Okay. But you're going to develop content. You're going to go in there and answer questions, and then you're going to go live on your own channel, on your own YouTube, and then also inside. For instance, I don't mind you going live or doing or posting your videos in my group as long as they're related to helping people and helping solve problems, and not just going in there and saying PM, DM me, and email me, and stop sounding like a retarded, child that don't know what the hell they're doing. But this is why we're going to ask questions. We're going to develop our lead magnet. We're going to develop content, and then we're going to go into groups, and we're going to be pushing questions and answers into those groups. And then when they see you consistently go in there answering these questions, they're going to come to your profile, and then they're going to see you, and then they're going to contact you. The next part of it is the next aspect. You need to get your Calendly link set up. So Linktree and Calendly link. Linktree and Calendly link. And the next one is Active Campaign. If you don't have it, get Active Campaign. Maybe get ConvertKit. If you don't have a website and you want to push them to a landing page, get ConvertKit. Okay. And then you're going to push them to those offers. Your offer is going to be on Linktree or ConvertKit. And then you're going, once you have that, now I got my content's being published. I'm pushing it out. People are seeing it. I'm answering questions, and I'm getting in leads. I'm getting in leads without even really doing anything other than talking about my business. I've never used SendGrid, so I don't have a clue about SendGrid, Jason. Raj, whenever you get your profile optimized, if you want me to look at it on Friday, just let me know and we'll look at it. Okay. Because I definitely want to help everybody. Everybody that's already applying what we've been teaching is already making money and running their business. Jason's already got to the point where he's got to get processes because he's too busy and he's like, he doesn't know what the hell's going to happen. So, um, processes, and I tell people this all the time, I am not a big fan of creating processes before you get started because it's like this. If you have never had $1 million in your bank or you've never made 1 million, how are you going to know how to handle 1 million? You won't, because of the sheer fact you've never had that situation. How are you going to know how to handle 30 clients if you've only had 4 or 5? You're not until you get there. And it's rough. It's like, how do you know how to be a parent? Well, you can read all the parenting books you want. I guarantee damn well to you, when that little 6 or 7 pound baby comes into this world, you're going to find out you don't know nothing. All those books didn't help you. So that's why what will happen is as you start doing these things, you'll go, well, I don't think this is working. I can tweak it. Like I tweaked mine. I used to have a website. I'm like, why is this not working, man? And then I switched to almost like a click funnel where I literally said, here's my offer. Here's my social proof being testimonials and videos. And then here's my offer again. That's all I was pushing. And then that alone is what took my calendar to where I showed y'all last time, which was, I could pull it up again and see. Okay. Yep. So when I started going into the groups, this is why I tell people to go in the groups. This is back in April 2020, May, June, July, August, September, took a break, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So I know it works. And I'm probably the only one that's going to sit here and try to help everybody. So if you need my assistance, if you can, email me. If you don't have my email address, just ask for it in the group, but it's philamrush, FILAMRUSH @gmail.com. And I'll answer any questions you have. If you post them in the group, even better. That way other people in the group can get value out of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video once we're done to the back end of the group. That's pretty much it for now. I'm going to have Kevin come on again, I believe on Wednesday, or Drew, maybe Drew, because we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. Difference between Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook, I get most of mine off of Facebook. My LinkedIn's down right now, but LinkedIn, you'll get higher paying quality clients for the most part. Fortune 500, people that can afford a couple of $1,000s a month. So let's see here. Any other questions? Errol. The GMB review plugin I am using, I am a promoter of GMB Crush. I'm partner with GMB Crush, so that's what I use. In regards to seeing I know you probably saw it on the review today, but what I use to look at and audit a site based on, if you will, on their headers and what headers they do have or don't have, that is going to be actually, let me pull it real quick and I'll tell you. Wait, let's see here. SEO meta in one click. It tells me what the H1 headers are, what they are not, and etc. What I'll do probably on Friday, maybe if Drew don't come on Wednesday, I'll do it on Wednesday, but basically show you all how I do my pitch. So when I start getting all these audits coming in, I'm just very specific on how I do my pitch, and that's how I close sales. I mean, that's exactly what I do. I mean, that audit is my sales pitch. I don't go on there and I don't go on there in Jason's and I don't go on there and I don't beg people, please give me your money or nothing like that. I say, here's your problem, here's the situation, here's where you're at, here's where your competition's at, here's where you're at. You know, this is what it's going to cost. And I'll send you the onboarding forms and here's the links to get started. Sign up or not, doesn't matter to me. Let's see, any other questions? Okay, the review, because he's asking the review for the on my website, that is SEMrush. That is a SEMrush plugin, okay? That plugin right there is SEMrush. And if you don't have SEMrush, and I'll show you. Let's see here, and I'll show you where to get this lovely little plugin. I don't encourage people to do it until you have a good following or if you have your group's grown to a certain point. But then again, I also used to do these as well. So this is SEMrush, and if I go to down here where it says management, under agency tools, I go to lead generation tool. And I just applied that, I believe today. And so far I've gotten 2 leads out of it. Seeing what I'll do is I'll judge based off of my lead volume before versus this. So far from this is not something I will probably leave on there because I've only gotten 2 leads and normally I'm getting, let's say 15. So I'll probably wind up going back to, hey, who wants my free GMB toolkit? So for me to get my leads are more important than giving away reviews. So I'll leave it on there for a few more days, probably about a week just to determine. But if you have SEMrush, this is where you can pull it. The cool thing about it is I can change the colors. I can tell them, do I want their email, their name, their phone number? And then on top of that, it automatically generates the report for them and it collects the leads for me, right? And I can come in here and I get the leads and all that sort of thing. Before, what it was going to, if I can still see it, and I'll show you. It's going to a thank you page. So they'd fill out the opt-in, and the opt-in would then go to a thank you page. And it's not this one, obviously. Said go to this one. Thank you. And make sure you join the fastest growing group. Click here to down your toolkit as promised, and that's it. And that was what I normally send everybody to, and what I'll probably be going back to if this audit doesn't work as good. Raj, you're welcome, buddy. For the plugin to pull in all my GMB reviews, it's just look up Google My Business reviews underneath your plugins and inside your WordPress. And it's an easy setup. I actually already have a video on my Google My Business Reloaded that talks about it and actually gives an explainer on how to do that. So there's no further questions, and we'll get off here and I'll have this uploaded in the morning. If you have any questions I did not cover, make sure to drop them inside of the agency class. And by Friday, please have your opt-in and your link tree and your Calendly and everything set up, and we'll keep on moving. All right, guys, I'll see y'all soon.